Hello and welcome to the Hume podcast, Rolled and Long. For those of you who don't know what Hume is, a recruitment training business co-founded by myself, Ed Khan, and Laura Hopes.
And each week we're going to be giving you 10-minute snippets into our world of recruitment, tips and tricks to help you on your journey as an agency recruiter, and hopefully some laughs along the way too. Hope you guys enjoy.
Here we are.
Here we are, our last poddy. Normally we say of the year or of the month.
No, it's our last poddy ever.
In this format. Because you might move like back.
Yeah, we're like boomerangs to each other. So there'll be something.
This does not make sense to anyone listening, so.
Yes, okay, so let's rewind. So for everyone listening, our mums, they know already. So for everyone listening, I have decided to take a step away from Hume, and Ez is going to be taking our baby forward into the new year with Lucy by his side. But I've decided to step away from the business for a number of reasons, which we can, I guess, discuss a little bit more in this episode. But yeah, it's big news for us.
3 years, love.
3 years.
And going at this, growing our little Hume baby.
Yeah. And it's so funny, isn't it? Because when we started the business, we didn't mean to start a business.
We didn't, did we? In the middle of good going, what are you doing? Shall we run a BD course?
Just do a BD course. And it kind of it didn't grow itself, but it did. We didn't realize, I guess, what it would turn into.
Yeah.
At all.
God, I reckon that's most good businesses, though.
Mm-hmm.
But there was never real, we need to make money.
No.
It just naturally grew.
Yeah. And there was no push. Like, I can honestly say, and I think this is the way that me and you feel about everything, right? Like, our biggest values throughout our whole business relationship have been freedom, flexibility, and fun. And we have always said that if Hume stops meeting those values for one of us, that we would be okay with it ending.
We have always done that, haven't we? Like, we're like, what do we do if we stop? And we've always gone, if one of us wants to stop, that's it, it's fine.
Yeah. And I think we've been very clear. Like, one of the best pieces of advice I've ever got in business is like, especially if you go into business with someone, is like, have your divorce, it sounds awful, but like, have your divorce organized before you have your marriage, confirmed, because you kind of need to know, like, if worst case scenario happens, you need to know where you're at. And I think me and you have always had such a high level of respect for each other that we've always said, like, if the business isn't meeting our values, like, it's okay. And like, we can walk away, but we walk away knowing that we created this really amazing business. We had so much fun doing it. And it has been like, it has never felt like work. It's never, ever felt like a job that we've had to do. It's just been like...
I'm already crying.
Oh.
It hasn't. It's been so lovely. Oh, I've loved running our little baby together.
People watching this or listening to me like, are they okay?
Yes, should someone reach out? Oh, it has been just so gorgeous, love. And I think, well, there's two things here, and I've been thinking since we sort of decided what was happening, is like how brave it is to walk away. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, most people just plug away, even though it no longer is sort of fulfilling them. And they do it for money, and it's never been the driver for us.
No.
And I think that's really brave thing to do, walk away from a business that is growing and great client base, but going, it just doesn't actually meet where I'm at in life and what I need right now.
Yeah.
And two, is there's so many business splits that happen that I've witnessed so many close to me. And I can honestly say I've never seen one that has gone the way that we've done it.
Hmm.
Accountants get involved and lawyers get involved, and then all of a sudden it's a back and forth on money, and that's yucky.
Yeah.
And the way that I feel like you and I have done it is like the world's best divorce.
Yeah. Friendship first, right? And I think, because we live, I think because we live by our values. And so I think the minute it wasn't working for me anymore, it was like, because we've held that at like the fundamental thing of like this business, like it has to be fun and it has to fill our cups, and like that we've always wanted it to be that. It was then like not an easy decision. Nothing about this was an easy decision, but it was easy from the standpoint of exactly that. Like, if it's not making me feel like that anymore, why would we do this? And I think I feel so insanely lucky that we're walking away. Like, to be honest, I feel like closer than ever, because I feel like we've been able to go through this and be so honest and vulnerable and open with each other. And there's never been any judgment on either side.
Mm. But I think just love, yeah, although so sad, but I think you just can't go wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like when you just actually listen to what you need,
Mm.
you just
And
can't go.
scary.
It's terrifying, but
Scary.
I don't think you can ever go wrong with a decision like that. Going, well, I just need to listen to what's going on for me and
Mm.
follow that.
And it's funny, you know what? Because you know me, I'm such a believer in trusting my gut and trusting my intuition, and like it's always how I've operated. And I think having a baby and suddenly having another human being that has their own, like it's not just you anymore, right? And I think it's been a real, having Emma has also been a real test of my kind of intuition and my trust. And because it's very easy to have that in a business sense or a recruitment sense, because I've been doing that for years, and then suddenly as a new mum it knocked the confidence right out of me, because you're like, okay, cool, well, I didn't anticipate that she would cry for 5 hours an evening for the first 10 weeks of her life, or I didn't anticipate to have a labor where we didn't know whether she was going to be okay, like all of these things have really kind of tested and knocked my confidence over the past year. And so even when I started feeling like this, I was like, pushed against it for a while. It was like, no, 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 but we love Hume, happy with Hume, like love working with Ez. And it was really funny because I noticed then all these blockages in all areas of my life coming up. And the minute that we had a really honest conversation about how I was feeling and what that would look like, it just suddenly felt like things just started unblocking. And I was like, oh, because I have been banging on the wrong door.
Yeah.
And then it affects everything, right? And I think, but it's about, leaning back into that trust and intuition, because I don't know what next year is going to look like. Like, I'm going to obviously focus on Hope's Consult. I've had that business for 7 years. And I've got amazing clients I work with there, but it is a rebuild of sorts. And it feels so poignant because Emma is nearly one. Like, it's a new year.
Mm.
We're doing this by the end of the year, and it does feel like it's almost like a completely clean slate for 2024.
Yeah. Oh, you can't not do well. That literally, I know it's scary, love, but I genuinely am like, you can't not do well. Like, you're fucking epic.
Imagine tumbleweed happening around my nest. But I think people.
That's goodbye meme where he's just like standing in an empty pool, but waiting.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. I think people are going to be one, because one thing, we didn't want any speculation as to why. Like, we didn't want people being like, oh, has something happened between them? Like, what's gone on behind the scenes? Like, nothing in our relationship.
Laura didn't steal $1 million from the bank account. That's
Yeah.
why
I
she's
wish I
leaving.
had. Try. I wish I had. But like, no, like nothing. there's nothing. I mean, and that's why we wanted to record this, because we want people to genuinely see, like, we could sit there and be like, no, everything is fine in our dynamic. Like, everything is fine. Everything is better than ever. But I think people are going to then be wondering, like, why would you walk away? And I think for me, like, becoming a mother has changed everything for me, how I show up in my life, how I show up for other people, how I spend my time. It's made me confront a lot of the ways that I like really drive myself and my type A personality, my perfectionism. Like, I'm going through this whole, like, it really has made me look at a lot of my stuff in the mirror. And I think running a business like Hume, where, there is the responsibility to you to be able to show up as your business partner, the responsibility for Lucy to be able to show up as her colleague and as a leader for her. I don't have the capacity. Like, and I think that's what it comes down to. Like, can I be the best version of myself for this business? Like, not at the moment and not anytime soon.
Yeah.
And I think being able to work on my own schedule in my own time around Emma, being able to really savor this first couple of years of her life. I genuinely, when I was pregnant, I thought I'd be back at work in 6 months.
It's mad, isn't it? Like, I've
Yeah.
got so many nieces and nephews, love. I think, am I coming into the world and working with you so closely? I've never been this close to someone who's had a baby. I've had sisters, I've got 52 nieces and nephews, but I'm always just a little step away. So I've never really been involved in how specifically a mother feels the first time. And it's so fucking hectic. It's massive. And just sitting there, like, doing courses with you. And I'm like, I feel so fucking guilty. Like, you've been awake all night. No doubt you're sitting there at night going, please go to sleep because I've got a course at 10 to deliver and I've got to show up for people, right? Like, there's 10, 20 people in a course. You can't, that's not something you can sort of not bring yourself fully to. And then I'm like, how does anyone fucking do it?
Oh
Like,
my God.
like
And it's
fucking
funny because you realize that you have this whole new capacity and this whole new level of resilience. But for me, I just feel spread too thin. Like, I feel like I can't get, like, it's different working for myself with Hopes Consult, right? And I've got clients that I'm working with at the moment because I can, it's that one-on-one experience. It's that kind of nurturing. I can plan out the way that I'm going to operate. But when you have a bigger business, a bigger client base, bigger ideas, more scope, that, and you, as like, you deserve someone who's right there with you to take it to the next level. And that's the point that Hume is at. 2 years ago I'd been able to do it, but that's not where Hume is anymore. And I think you dig deep, but I think everyone has different capacities. And also, I think everyone has totally different experiences into parenthood. And, it hit me as an experience way harder than I ever thought it would. And my priorities totally had totally shifted. And yeah, I just feel like it's time. It's time. We're in a holding pattern where I'm at, and it's not going to change anytime soon. And for you, this is your opportunity then to take the business and just be like, and like for me, it's my opportunity then just to get back to that kind of one-on-one nurturing support, coaching that I can kind of work around stuff at the moment. But yeah, I just don't think you know how parenthood is going to hit you. And it's so funny because like I've worked with and we've trained like return to work mums and things like that. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry if I told anyone to take some time to themselves in the morning. Like, that's a fucking joke. Like, like it's totally, and until or you've had a first or second hand experience of it, it's hard to know how you will feel going back into work and going back into business. Yeah, it's wild. It's
this.
wild.
Also, this isn't like, although we say this is like the last poddy, but this isn't a case of we'll never see you again. You know what I mean? It's that you'll be just popping your head in, guest
Yeah.
spotting things.
Yeah. And I'm sure we won't be able to Next minute we release this, 2 weeks later, got a new webinar. Yeah, like there's without sounding naff, there's magic when we work together, and it makes me so happy. And so, you know, we'll champion each other until the end of time. And it doesn't mean then, and then if we get to do things together, we just do them for fun because we love our industry and because we want to hang out together.
Well, best of all.
I know.
So cute.
How are
Oh,
you feeling?
I'm feeling really
I've
good.
like we've spoken a lot about me, but for people wondering how it feels for you.
Sad because it's our baby, but also just so grateful that we got it to where it has.
Mm.
I'm actually just now excited that Lucy's going to be a little bit more active in course delivery. Like we've got the new membership released, we've got our first few clients on the new membership, and I'm just like, it's all much like when there's a not that we had a misalignment, but do you know what I mean? That we're
Yeah.
just
It's also okay to call it that. Like at the point it was where you wanted to go with it and what I can offer. Like
yeah.
that's where we got to, right? Like
When that misalignment sort of just gets back into alignment, amazing things happen. And I think that's why this has been a good divorce, because we both have been in situations similar to this previously, where if it's not in alignment, you have to walk away and it's fucking scary. And you go, on paper, I shouldn't walk away because this thing makes me money or whatever. But
yeah.
walking away and then everything opens up and all other areas of your life start to go, ah, sigh. Okay, now it's actually in alignment again. And I'm like,
Mm.
that's kind of how I feel. I'm like really fucking excited. I'm like, my mum arrives tomorrow, and I was like, I cannot wait to see mum, but I wish she was coming at the end of the year so I could
Sorry
do
about that.
wait to go that hard. But yeah, no, it feels really good, love. And I'm just really grateful to us at Bears, how we operate with each other.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna
Too.
cry again.
Too. We're so lucky. Not many people get this, do they?
I'm not
In a
sure.
relationship, like especially in a business relationship, like, and you and Luce held the fort, so I could take a mat leave, and we've done some really fun things since then, and it's just time. Yeah, it's time to let you guys take over our baby and take over the world.
Goodbye for now, not forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my love. And you're fucking epic. You're so brave. And yeah.
How are you? Running with our baby going forwards. It's also like it's a big thing for you, and I'm so grateful because I would hate for it to be no more. And I will champion you guys until the end of time. I can't wait to just follow it and be a part of it in a different way. It's just different.
Love you, my love.
Love you.
Mwah.